to join me for a class which would take us through the formative assessment 1, which is basically your assignment, which is one of the assessments which count towards your final mark. So I will briefly take you through. I have made notes, and I will avail this video obviously to you via the link that I will upload on YouTube. So we together come and discuss today the formative assessment 1. So the formative assessment 1 is based on your unit 1, 2, and 3, and is basically preceded by a case study. I do want to say just up front that please ensure that you read your case study thoroughly and more than once, even more than twice if you have to. Read your case study the first time, browsing through, read your case study the second time, and then read your case study the third time and make notes. Because in your case study, it's where you will find your responses for the questions that follow. So never just go straight to your questions without reading thoroughly your case study. There's enough time that's given for you to do this. Please do not overlook reading the case study. It will assist you. It's quite long because it's from a real life experience. So because it's from a real life experience, it will assist you in as you learn that this is where our world fits, or this is where our field fits in the work world, or in the real world. I think I will take time also to remind you that on the 15th, this is due, and this is also 84 marks and contributes 15% towards the final mark. So it's very, very, very important that you do this assessment and submit it on time. So you throughout this recording, you'll come across notes like this one. Some are preceded by red, and all these notes I've made for you so that you do understand what it is that you need to do. So please, just before you do this assessment, make sure you did work through your units 1, 2, and 3 in your study guide, and also that you would have come across this on different mini quizzes and mini tests on ICANN. So please, you would also consult the resources that are on ICANN for you. If I think I have shared already 2 recordings, and we've had classes for unit 1 and 2, I think. So you do have links, you do have discussions. So please make sure that you would have gone through. So submitting your assessment, it's clear. You need to create a cover page with that, and also not to copy and paste. And then you would need to log on to ICANN. You can do the assessment online, or you can submit a Word document that is written, or where you would need to submit it as a PDF file. So both of these are allowed. Please note the following. You cannot email your assignments because you have these options right here. Because your lecturers are not there to receive your assessments via an email. Then also just note, if you don't do this past the due date, you'll not be marked. So no use coming to me to try and find out if you can or you can't. Please don't do that. So for this assessment, You do not need to rewrite the question. I think for this speaks specifically to those who are specifically to those who will be writing on the Word document and not attempting online. Also, read each question thoroughly and carefully before attempting to respond. Excuse me. Just now, you find yourself responding incorrectly because you're rushing to finish this. Do not leave any blanks. Please attempt all questions. Because once you don't attempt, there's nothing that we mark. So please just try and put something on there. Then your study guide will have examples of what is being asked. Find those examples, but we need your application based on that case study. Don't copy and paste what you find there. So I will now take you through the 8 questions. Please, I will not take you word for word on what this is, but I'm just trying to outline for you what it is that you need to be doing. So the first question is on you analyzing the information that is given in the case study, which is why I said to you, please read the case study and then design an organogram. An organogram, it's clearly indicated what it is, what is an organogram and how it's designed. It's in your case study. So read the case study and it's in your study guide. Read your case study. In your case study, you'll find different portfolios or positions that are mentioned. And these positions are the ones that are required to set up a structure or an organogram. So check in your study guide for in unit 1.1.1. Check for figure 1.2, because figure 1.2 tells us or shows us rather what an illustration of an organogram looks like. And then you can use these tools like this one here to draw and then write to create your organogram. This is also available on our ICANN. You can find how to draw there. Question 2 is asking basically, I think in the class I had said, you can't have HR objectives without strategic objectives. So your HR objectives are informed by your strategic objectives. And from the case study, you have these ones as your strategic objectives. There's 1, 2, 3. And so you need to design now or come up with the HR objectives. In order to do this, you will need to find, now that they are saying stop producing non-performing products, what would this mean for HR? Now that they are saying research and introduce new products, excuse me, yeah, excuse me. Now that they're saying research and introduce new products, what would this mean for HR in terms of their objectives? So please read the case study carefully, find out what the strategic objectives are, and then go to unit 1.1 and I think figure 1.3 in your case study. There are examples of HR objectives. Please don't copy those. Find ones that would be relevant to these objectives of the organization. Find how HR can do this. Third question says you must create a job analysis. Now, part of what you need to do in planning is for you to create a job analysis, which is basically a collection of data for a specific job. Here it's indicated clearly what the job is, meaning whatever you write here must be informed by the job that you are actually doing the job analysis for. So the job title, the classification, department, location, this will be assisted by going to 1.2 on your case study. Check the workforce planning template, and there go right into the action plan section to see how a job analysis is usually done. Please, once again, do not copy and paste this from your study guide. It will be different. Your case study adds the different part outside your case study. So your case study will be different from what your study guide is saying. Please make sure this you have it and you understand it. And then based on the above case study that you would have, based from from the case study, you would then be required to write an essay. Now, here, the guide is that you will need to speak about the effective leadership, what it is. There's your introduction. What is effective leadership? What is emotional intelligence? What is problem solving? And then come in here and discuss what emotional intelligence and what are the different things about emotional intelligence. And then problem solving. What's problem solving? What can you tell me about problem solving? And then you come to the conclusion. So what is, you do not introduce new points, but what can you tell me about these things and their importance maybe in the workplace? So for you to be able to do that, read the case study, yes, go to unit 2.2 of your study guide to find information on these. Study the different elements, which is what we've just spoken about now. To the different elements of leadership that I mentioned, and then understand the rubric and mark allocation. So coming back here, if you don't say anything, you get minimum marks. If you say most of the things, you will get marks coming for you. So please make sure you attempt to answer that question. Then question 5. Question 5 speaks about diversity management, and it's something within your case study as well. There's mentioned something about it in the case study. So what would you do as an HR manager to make sure that you manage diversity in the workplace? Excuse me. You read the case study carefully. You refer to unit 2.3 of your study guide. And then I think the differing part is that for me, you go and check the organizational level activities of diversity management. And then do not copy those, but mentions those that would fit your context as the case study. And then number 6 speaks to the change model. What would you, how would you change? It says that there's a technology that will have an impact on the whole organization. Now that there's new technology and there'll be change that is coming there, using this model, which is the 8-step change model of Quarter, how would you assist in the case study? Meaning you don't go to the study guide and copy it and paste it. No, you go to step 1 and say, step 1 is this, and outside step 1, this is what we can do as South plastic manufacturers. So you will find that on unit 3.1.1. You would need to study the steps carefully. You need to apply the case study using the steps. Once again, do not copy what's in the in the study guide and bring it across as your responses. No, we need an application of what or how that goes. And then second last is about the causes of resistance to change. So when there is change that is proposed, people tend to resist. So yours is to find what are those causes, and then do say how each cause can be overcome. So if we look here, unit 3.3, you will find in your study guide the different causes of resistance to change, and then also the different ways in which those resistance can overcome. Please do not copy and paste that. Find those that are suitable to South plastic manufacturers and add that and discuss that, and then you would receive your mark. Then lastly, we go back to, I think, unit 2.1, and here we do a comparison between a leader and a manager by looking at the characteristics of a leader versus the characteristics of a manager. This will find in unit 2.1, find the differences, and then copy this onto your assessment as your answer, and then you will be sorted with your answer. And there ends our formative assessment 1. Please, I am available when I can to take your answers. I think for some people I have been responding, some slowly, some faster, but I hope this has been helpful to you. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me as we navigate through this assessment that we're doing. Thank you.